Hey, welcome. Whatever, man. Thanks for joining. We're gonna. I got a guest here, the Big E Train, and we're gonna break down the Glock 43X with the SIG P365. Now, Ethan, you're thinking the 43X?
Yeah, I think so, for sure. The
Yeah, he thinks
43X
so
is
for sure.
definitely where I'm going.
You don't know, but he thinks so.
Yeah, that's definitely what I would do.
Okay, but I'm looking at the P365. So we're going to watch this little video. Which one should you get? And, hey, let me know if you want to pause it, Ethan. That way we can discuss anything that you don't feel is correct, what he's saying.
Okay.
All right, here we go.
That works.
All right, here we go.
The Glock 43X and the SIG P365 are the two most common subcompact carry guns on the market. Kicking it off with price for these two pistols. For the Glock 43X, you're going to look at $485 is about what I'm seeing. Found it on PSA's website for that. For stock 365 on PSA's site, you're looking at about $629. However, we added an extra.
I just want to say something. So the cost is a big thing with you, right?
No, not necessarily. I just think that, I don't know. SIG is just, they're nice guns. You'll see, just play the video.
Okay.
It's not about the price, really. I mean, that is a nice thing. It's when it comes to price, it doesn't matter when you're spending $500 versus $700. Like a $200 difference isn't really that much of a difference on a high-end gun like that.
Okay, I'll play the video.
Macro frame to this, which is going to run you about $80, bringing the total cost to $710.
Exactly. That's what I was saying. That was the only part. If you
Okay, so
pause
what was the
it,
43X though?
Look, you have to put a body on it, and then look at all the stuff the 43X is $485, and then there's a Bass Pro Shops $20 card that you can get. That's if you get approved, then it's $465. They take $20 off, so you could get it for $465 if you were really $465. That's for a gun that you can actually throw in the ground.
Yeah, but here's the thing: is it just the dollar? Is the SIG worth more money?
I mean, it just depends on what you want. When you look at them side by side in this video, they're almost the same. They both have a compensator, a red dot. It's just preference. That's all it's like cereal. You know what I mean? Like,
no, cereal costs the same.
Yes, but what I'm getting at is, I guess in my mind, $200 isn't that big of a price difference when you're talking about pistols of this quality. If you're talking about a high point versus you're talking about hundreds of dollars, then it's yeah, but I mean, really, when you break it down, it's what, 100, and I think you said it's $485, $500, and then
right.
$6 something. So it's not really
$200,
that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and then plus when you put all the attachments on it, after it's all said and done, what you put on the Glock, you put a hollow sun on it, it's probably not that much of a price difference. So it's really just it's how it feels in your hands. There was a guy online that commented on one of these videos that said that he likes the Glocks, they're a great thing, but the SIG is just better in his hands.
Oh.
So,
okay, I'll continue. All right, I'll continue playing this.
Glock 43 is $224 cheaper, which if you're going to use this as a carry gun, and let's say you have to use this, the government's going to take it, so a cheaper gun is probably not a bad option. So the reason we put the X macro frame on here is because the regular 365 frame is pretty small.
So
even the X series is smaller than I would like. This makes it hold 17 rounds. It fits perfectly in my hand.
That's another thing.
And of course, we're running a Harrington Arms compensator, so it gives that nice integrated look. You're not going to add a whole lot more length.
It's got the compensator on the end of it.
Yeah, but and then that's the other thing with SIG. It comes with the what did he say? I don't even know how many rounds it holds. 16? 17. So, and then the 43X is 10 plus 1 from out of the box. But, bro, that's a lot of... 10 rounds is a lot. And then all you have to do is get the shield arms mag, and then it's 16 with the shield arms mag for the 43X. So that's what I'm saying. It's...
Yeah, but look at that compensator on the end of it.
Yeah, but the 43X has one too.
Alright,
And Glock has more aftermarket parts than any other pistol.
I
It's another
agree.
huge thing.
Let's keep going and see what he says.
Length over the 43 when we show you guys
Look how much bigger it is. The 43X.
later
It's not bigger.
size-wise, they're
Just looks
almost
bigger
identical.
like that.
For the 365, I think
He said they're the
frame's
same
a must.
size.
It's going to make it to where
Almost.
I'm happy with the gun. The regular 365, right off the rip, I just wouldn't choose it as a subcompact gun. So this actually makes it more interesting for me, something I would consider carrying for a subcompact. And it brings it up to par where I think the Glock 43 is. I think it's above most of the competition guns in this niche. And this frame actually allows the 365 to enter into the competition. And even though you have to buy this $80 frame to make it up to par with the 43X, you still do get 7 more rounds, which I don't know what Glock was thinking, but when you look at these mags, they're the exact same width. I don't know why they couldn't squeeze more rounds into this magazine. I know Shield Arms makes mags, metal mags that hold 15 rounds, so that's an additional cost you're gonna have to buy.
So with
Okay.
the 43X, you can match up to the rounds. You can
Yes.
get 15 rounds in it.
But here's the thing. That's what I'm saying, and everyone says that it comes with 10 plus 1 from, like, we'll just say from the factory, like when you get it in the box right now. Which is cool, but everyone is thinking, why does Glock do this, and why, like, Glock obviously doesn't care or give a fuck about their customers if they do something like this. I read that a lot, that Glock
Really?
doesn't care about their customers, yeah, and what I personally think it is, I mean, I don't know, obviously, but, like, what sounds better to me is that instead of coming out with a 15-round mag, which they could have easily done, right, and then probably charged another...
But you can buy a metal one.
Right, and then that's what I'm saying. They wanted to give a smaller company the opportunity to make money instead of... Because here... Okay, listen. The Glock is just as nice as the SIG. So that's what I'm saying. You're talking about, does it come down to price? Not really, because you have a handgun that's just as good as the SIG, but for less.
Yeah,
Does that
and
make
he's saying
sense?
that's the better option anyway.
I mean, not really. A lot of people will say that the SIG is better, but and SIG's put a lot of money into their organization in the last fucking 15, 20 years. Like, they're trying to integrate. They came out with new optics. Like, they're definitely doing the most whatever that they can, but I mean, it's definitely just it comes down to preference. That's what I'm saying. So Glock was like, okay, we can come out with a 15 round mag, right, on our gun. We can make our weapon more expensive and make it as expensive as the SIG, or we can get a 10 round mag, charge less for it, know that there are more aftermarket parts for our weapons than any other weapon in the fucking world.
Right.
Besides, like, custom-built rifles and shit. Pistol-wise, I guess. So, and then they were like, okay, well, they're gonna make a 15-round mag anyway for this weapon. So why not just let them make it, let them make the money, and then they'll make more money. So, think about how many more Glocks sell than SIGs. And if you drop a SIG on the ground, it's gonna fire, bro.
Yeah.
Like, could
All
you
right,
imagine
let's see what he
actually
says. You're just Glock.
No, I'm not. I just look at the
Yeah.
videos.
Glock's God.
Look
All
up the video right now.
All right,
They're
here
not
we go.
God.
Here
MP
we
Shield
go.
2.0 is.
There we go.
To make this gun a little bit better. Another thing the SIG's got going for it is it's got steel mags. I don't really know why Glock does plastic mags. They're just going to get chewed up more if you're doing reloads on the range. So I actually prefer steel mags. One of the big downfalls with this frame and 17-round mag is weight. You're going to have 7 more rounds of weight. And if you carry a spare mag, it's another 7 rounds. So that's definitely something to keep in mind for a subcompact carry gun. The This thing's getting long and
'Cause
heavy
it's
really
true.
fast. So that's just going to add a lot of weight to your carry setup. Something you want to take into consideration.
Yeah, draw
Personally, it doesn't
time,
bother me.
it's all
I carry a
comes into
320 with a 17 plus 5 and a 17, so a lot more rounds than this would carry. But for somebody who wants to carry a subcompact gun and not have a lot of weight on their waist, the 43X is probably going to be a little bit better option for you. Not only less weight in the gun, with the gun coming in a couple ounces lighter than the 365, but also ammo is going to be a lot less weight on your belt.
Those
As you guys can see, there's a
compensators
lot of
just look
trade-offs
silly on there,
between
I
these two
think.
handguns.
The more and more
I'd
I
like
look
you
at
guys
them.
to drop a comment down below.
Silly.
What do you guys prefer? Do you want a little
They
bit lighter
do,
setup?
but
With less
they
rounds?
say they really
A little
work.
bit heavier setup. You know, there's a lot of similarities between these two guns. What gun do you guys actually prefer? Is it the 43X or the 365? A couple things to keep in mind between these two pistols. The Glock 43 actually has a 1/4 of an inch longer barrel. It's like 0.3 of an inch.
Yep.
With subcompact pistols, the longer the
it's
barrel,
already
the
short.
better. You're going to be a little bit more accurate. It's going to be a little more forgiving when you have to take fast shots. So that's kind of a win for the 43X. In this case, we're actually running threaded barrels, which is going to give you a little more length, which is going to help. But it will hurt with concealed carry. Longer guns are a little bit harder to carry. This is the Harrington Arms HG43 and an HC365. If you guys want to pick up one of these compensators, we'll have a link down below. You can use the discount code SUBCOMPACT10, save you 10% at checkout. Drop a comment. I'm curious, how many of you guys are actually going to run a compensator on a
the
sub?
video. We don't need to.
So what? Now, what are you thinking?
Oh, I didn't realize there was more. Go to where it's him shooting it, I guess. See, skip to where if there's like him shooting it. I don't really want to watch him talking about it anymore. Because, like, the thing is, like, I don't know.
When we actually put the Mantis and it flew off the 43X. It just wouldn't hold on there as tight as it should. I think the 43X has a slimmer rail than
See what I mean?
standard
What was that?
365
Go,
or
go back.
1913. So if you're going to buy the X, it just wouldn't hold on
What
there as
fell
tight
off?
as it should.
The
I think when we
flashlight.
actually put the Mantis and it flew
Look
off
at the
the
Yes.
43X.
Yeah,
Just
okay,
wouldn't
listen.
hold on
43X,
there as
that's
tight as it
junk.
should.
Okay, listen,
I
pause
think
it.
the 43X has a slimmer rail.
That's junk, dude.
First of all, they make about 50 trillion of those lights, and I've already seen one that actually attaches around the trigger guard.
But that's
That would
junk.
that would be better. That happens probably, I don't know, 99.9% of the time when you put
Not
a
with
light.
my gun, it never has.
Yeah, you don't put a light underneath it, and it's
Yeah, I
probably a
do.
full
That
size gun.
G3 I do.
With a subcompact, it's harder because you have to like.
But you don't
Find
need
one that
one with
almost
a
goes-
subcompact, I'm
Yes,
telling
you do, bro. You're not understanding. You're
So
such
you're
a-
going to whip out, turn on your
That's such an
flashlight, and
old
shoot
head-
the guy when he carjacks you.
That's such an old head way of thinking, bro.
But let me ask you this: a guy sticks a gun in your face at a stop sign.
Right.
Are you going to turn your light on?
No, the light isn't necessary there, and it's not. That's what I'm saying. You're thinking like just because it's on the gun, I have to use it. Like 150, just because I got a light on there, I gotta turn it
When
on.
are
Like,
you going to use it? That's my question.
whenever you're not understanding. That's like asking why you need a Swiss Army knife. Why would you need a pair of scissors and a saw? I don't know, because I'd rather have it and not need it than need it and not have it. What happens when you're going to go and... I don't know, man. There's a million situations you could use one of those.
There is. Let me play this on.
Rail than a standard 365 or a 1913. So if you're going to buy the X10, take that into consideration. I don't know if they have an adapter or if they have a subcompact
Plus,
model, but
SIGs don't
if you're going to
shoot
use the
very
Mantis
hard.
for training.
That's why
They don't
I'm
what?
not-
As for
they
felt
don't shoot
recoil,
very hard.
I really didn't notice a big difference between
They're
the
like
two
a
guns.
pea shooter.
When I shot the 43X a lot a couple years ago, it felt like a softer shooting gun than the 365. But now
Told you,
that I've
look,
been
that's
running,
a softer. He just said the opposite of what you said.
Softer as in, like, easier to handle, more
this
accurate.
X macro frame, they feel about the same. If you're going to run an
Oh,
X
wow.
Series 365, you're definitely going to notice the 43X
It's preference,
has
bro. That's
better
all it
felt
is.
recoil.
There isn't
It's-
a
I get it. Maybe
even
it's a
with the
smoother
the
shot.
same
I'm not
compensator
saying
design.
that.
It is a
365
smoother
is
shot.
better. I'm
Softer
almost
shooting
leaning
handgun.
towards the
But with
43X
this
now.
X macro, I can't tell a difference.
But they're
I'd love to have
discontinuing
Mantis
it.
results for you guys,
What?
but we
The
just weren't able to get it
43X.
done. In this case, we were running a compensator on both
That's why you
handguns.
have to
Something
do
to keep
that.
in mind, subcompact guns are often more snappy A lot of people jump to these for their wives, fiancés, girlfriends, whatever, and they give a girl a snappier pistol, where I think a woman would benefit with a little bit heavier handgun. It's going to be a little harder to carry, but, you know, you can also add a compensator. It's going to reduce that muzzle flip and felt recoil in the hand, especially with our side ports. It's just going to help you out a little bit. All these things you just need to keep in mind when you're picking a handgun, including aftermarket support, something we haven't talked about yet. The 365 is super customizable. With the FCU, you can pull it out, put it in almost any frame. There's a lot of amazing aluminum frame options. We actually have a couple on the site. You're just going to get a lot more customization, but it's going to increase cost.
They're discontinuing the 43X.
If you're looking for a budget build,
that's what I heard.
You can buy the 365 stock. It's going to be a great gun, and then you can grow into it. If you get some more money down the road, you want to do a different frame,
very true.
A different trigger, whatever, you can do that. There's just more customization
How much
around the frame. With the Glock 43, there's still tremendous aftermarket support. You know, with the typical stuff.
They said the 365's got more upgrades.
Optics, triggers, mag releases, all those typical things, but you can't change the frame. Unless you send this out to get it stippled, you're just kind of stuck with what you got. It's not a bad option, but it's definitely something to keep in mind. At the end of the day, is the SIG 365 worth the money? No, it's not. In my opinion,
stuck with what?
It's nice to have the extra rounds, but you can get a mag extension. It's nice to have the extra grip texture, but you can get it stippled. For $225 more, I don't think it's worth it. This gun is.
He said he don't think it's worth it.
Probably, I'm gonna guess, one of the most common concealed carry handguns on the market.
Yeah,
and it's an obvious reason why.
They make more.
It's pretty cheap.
Here, pause it.
It's incredibly reliable, and it has amazing aftermarket support.
Yes, that's true. They make more aftermarket parts than any other gun. Yeah, the light fell off of it, bro, but they could have not had it on there tight enough. You have the wrong light on there.
I'm going 365.
And I don't know. They make the SIG. When you drop, there's so many videos online that you can look up right now of a SIG dropping on the ground and just fucking going off.
I bet. I'm going to look them up here in a little bit, but I appreciate you joining the podcast.
Yes, absolutely.
So you going with you're going 43X or 365? That's the question.
Yeah, 43X for sure.
All right. Well, there you go. I appreciate it, man. And I'll talk to you soon.
Okay.
Take care.
Thanks for having me. All right, bye.